The MCG woes continue for the Eagles, making it 5 losses from their past 6 performances at the home of football, and none more disappointing than Sunday's twilight fixture against the Hawks, who basically led from pillar to post, controlling the game in most facets, and send West Coast back to the field at 3-2. Welcome to Eagle Review. Ben Roberts, thanks for joining me. Just the die-hard fans watching this week, I think, mate. Tell me what were some of the most disappointing aspects, I think, of the game from a West Coast perspective.
Very, very disappointing this week. You can't understate how disappointing. I think everyone is after that. They just never really clicked. They had a couple of moments where you thought they're starting to get it on their terms, but no, Hawks way too good. They let them play that uncontested mark game, 24 down for the game, and they liked that, but then contested at the same time inside the contest, minus 22 for the game. So inside, outside, got beaten across the park, and that's why they lost by 50 points.
Adam Simpson spoke about intent before the game. He wanted to see it from the boys, and certainly after half-time in that third quarter, the intent was there. But it was failure yet again this season to capitalise on those opportunities. But this week, we saw a lot of corridor usage that kind of went astray and gave the Hawks great launching opportunity from that back half to midfield.
Yeah, well, if you go down the middle, you run the risk of when you're exposed. If you're brave with the footy and go hard through the middle, if you turn it over and it doesn't quite come off, you're exposed. And the Hawks are very good, and you've got to bring that intent the whole game. You can't be up and down like it has tended to be a little bit so far. And as you say, scoring efficiency, we went at 40%, Hawks went at 58%. It's not going to get it done. And the other thing, forward half pressure, turnovers to scores from forward half turnovers, 6-2 to the Hawks, just 1-1 for us. So Hawks, too much pressure, and their intent was there all day. Too good, big win.
Result could have been probably more. Hawthorn hit the post 5 times on Sunday. Hey, unbelievable. But what about the late change? So Giles has been taken out, went smaller. Adam Simpson said it was because of Vickery's, he didn't get included into the team.
Yep.
How do you think that worked? I mean, because it was, obviously we're seeing Gov play a little bit more up forward. Do you think that's going to continue heading this week into the Derby?
Tough against Big Sandy to go in one man. I mean, if you look at Sandy, he's 3,000 centimetres tall. Then you've got McGovern. Imagine him trying to, it'd be a no contest, you'd think, as hard as our boys would try. I would think, and I'm not the coach, I would think they might go back to 2 to tackle Sandy because he's such a big job, but we'll wait and see. Gov likes the ruck, as we know. We'll see. But I reckon 2 rucks this week.
Compounding the loss even more so is the injury to versatile forward Jamie Cripps. Very nasty ankle injury, just happening 3 minutes before the end of the game. Doesn't that just bite you big time?
Yeah.
So what does he bring that can't be replaced into this starting 22?
Well, you can have all the skill in the world, but if you don't work hard, if you don't have a good work rate, it's not going to work. And Cripper has one of the biggest appetites for work and work rates in the competition. He is elite for forward half pressure and tackles in the forward half. He's one of the best in the game. Much underrated, not internally, externally underrated. And it's going to be hard to replace. I mean, he had 4 inside 50 tackles at the weekend, 17 pressure acts, 17. And 7 score involvements as well. So it's the scores that come off that pressure at the same time, and it's very hard to replace. As we say, Malcolm Carpenty, maybe.
Travelled on the weekend.
Travelled on the weekend, so he's close. Nippy little small forward, moving up the ground. Tommy Lamb, East Perth. Even Daniel Venables, playing as a half forward at the moment, may eventually turn to a midfielder. They're the options. We'll see.
I reckon Ivan Drago, a.k.a. Nathan Vardy, might be on a few footy cards by the end of the year. Cyril Rioli taking one of the grabs of the season. Does that win Mark of the Year, in your opinion?
It's, didn't I say the other week that that was Goal of the Year. I've already given out Goal of the Year. Daniel Rioli's got that. That's better than the Ghana one on the weekend from over at Domain, to Kangas. So I reckon that one's winning. I'm not going to award it yet, because a long way to go.
Well, it was almost a double Rioli Goal of the Year, because when he put the ball through Duggan's legs on that handball, I thought, oh no, Duggan's going to make him look quite the fool here.
Yeah.
Time for a few roasts, though. Let's wrap it all up. We're going to go around the grounds, but it is actually here at Domain Stadium. Andrew Swallow missed his meal at the team hotel. He's ended up trying to eat the Sharon out on the field. Now, that didn't end up too well for him. But heading back to the G, a couple of bright spots, I think, for the West Coast Eagles. Jackson Nelson and Tom Barrass. So they're very young in the back half. They actually had quality games. What were your thoughts?
Certainly did. Nelson's getting more and more confident by the game, and I think yesterday was definitely his best game for the year. Barrass, we know what he brings. He's a great intercept mark. He's good with the way the Eagles like to defend. He's very good, so they're both positives.
Well, I think Nelson keeping Cyril to 1 goal was exceptional work on the weekend, but Tom Barrass had an exceptional moment where he ended up getting to the ball just before it went through the line. Hats off, but just a few minutes later attempted it, and the old fresh airy.
3 fresh areas. I think he's gone a hand, then he's gone a leg, and then he's thrown the hand out again and missed all 3.
Yep.
Desolate on the goal line.
Yeah, nowhere to hide there.
Yeah.
Jack Darling, tell me how that's not his mark. Not sure how that one goes. Jared Roughhead.
500. Now, there's very few forwards that kick 500 goals, and when it's your turn and you know the scene's set, everyone's ready, edge of their seats, you got to deliver, and he's good enough.
He delivered to Rosed.
Yeah, he's good enough to kick that, so that's a roast.
When Luke Shuey picks the ball up with his feet, I repeat, that's not an error. Pick the ball up with his feet.
He's done that before.
He has done that before, and it got zero interest from the commentators.
And it got zero interest last
time.
time.
And then I'm roasting the commentators, because you need to notice that. You need to replay it. It needs to be on milestone videos. This is how to not pick the ball up for the kids. But, geez, it was something special to watch. Let me know how Luke Bruce got rid of this ball. Yep, you've got my email. Let me know. JK's 50-metre penalty. Now, I think this Hawks defender might be in trouble at the match review.
MRP sits tonight.
This was vicious, I thought, and probably should have been 100.
Into next week.
But the winner, Ben Roberts, give it to me.
Now, I wasn't there, but when you're on your way to the ground, you just want to get there. And
in the zone.
In the zone. You don't want any distractions. You just want to funnel down that tunnel and get into the Coliseum, the battle arena. You were there. What happened?
Oh, it's hard to do it when there's 40-odd bins in your way, mate. What, are we just going to plough through them our way? Didn't know it was speed 3.
The Oval is huge. The MCD is massive. There's 3,000 other spots you can park that. Now, we'll put it where the Eagles... They know the Eagles are coming in, that entrance, in this little time frame.
I'm telling you, Hawthorn mind games.
Mate.
And they won.